Alright guys, welcome to our Phoenix to Las Vegas leg on the Southwest 737. We are sitting here at the Southwest Maintenance hangar, and we will be departing in just a few minutes. We've got everything set up inside, and we will have a very short taxi today, just over to the right here and then to the left towards runway 25 right. So cabin is all board and closed, and we have our flight route entered, and we are ready for engine start. So we're going to go ahead and shut our packs off. Our APU bleed is on, engine bleed is off, and we're going to go ahead and start number 2. So as soon as we reach 25%, we're going to introduce fuel. And we have starter cutout. We'll go ahead and start number 1. Alright, we have 2 good starts, so we'll go ahead and switch our engine start selectors to continuous, and we'll go ahead and turn on both generators, and go ahead and turn on the engine bleeds as well as the packs, and our electrical hydraulic pumps can go on, APU can go off. Taxi light can go on, and seat belt sign goes on, and we can go ahead and check our trim. Our trim is set to 4.55. That is complete, and we're doing a flaps 5 departure, so we'll go ahead and set flaps 5. Since we have a very short taxi today, we're going to go ahead and do our flight control test right here. So that's full left, full right, full forward, full back, and then full right, full left. Alright, we'll go ahead and make our yokes visible. There we go. And I think we're pretty much ready to taxi. So just a short taxi over to runway 25 right. Parking brake is off. And we'll go ahead and pull forward here. Oh, and the local altimeter here in Phoenix today is 2991, so pretty much standard. since we have a very short taxi today, we'll go ahead and let the cabin know that we're pretty much ready to go.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
So we're gonna arm LNAV, and I will not arm VNAV for this departure. Just take care of the speed manually. And we have some traffic. I think he's coming on 25 left, so we can see some planes coming in on approach there, but I think we're good for a 25 right departure. Alright.
Approaching 25 right.
We'll go landing lights on, runway turn-off lights on, taxi light off, strobe and steady, and we'll go ahead and switch our transponder to TARA for traffic avoidance.
On runway 25 right.
Alright guys, let's go. Go ahead and select level change, and we'll maintain this about V2 plus 20 right now.
1000.
Go ahead and select autopilot on just so we can enjoy the views for a little bit. These clouds and sky colors and visuals are brought to you by Xenviro. We can see downtown Phoenix there. There's the stadium. Beautiful view, really. It's a big city. Alright, I think we'll leave the flaps down until we make this right turn here. I will increment the speed to 170 though. Our turn is coming up in just about 5 miles. Or the reason I'm doing that is because it's a fairly sharp turn, a 90 degree turn to the right. Beautiful sky colors at this time of day. Alright, there's that right turn. And we'll go ahead and start accelerating a little bit since we've got plenty of room here, so we'll select flaps 1 bug speed. Actually, we'll go ahead and select 200 knots. And then as we accelerate through flaps 1 speed, we'll go to flaps 1. There's more of Phoenix visible down there, as well as the airport. So we departed from just back there. We climbed pretty fast. You hit a little bit of rough air here. Off to our left, we can see the western suburbs of Phoenix. And then we'll go ahead and select VNAV and accelerate further to 240 knots. It's a little bit bumpy right now. And we'll go ahead and select flaps up. And we'll go ahead and set our landing gear lever to off, as well as put our engine start switches to auto.
As we go.
We've passed 10,000 feet, so landing lights can come off, runway turn-off lights can go off. And we'll go ahead and clear ourselves up to 28,000. Recall is clear. And let's just go ahead and do our after takeoff checklist. So passenger signs, we'll switch those to auto. And then we'll stand by for the transition altitude here, 18,000 feet. There's some cool neighborhoods down there with circular streets and ponds. Alright, now that we've cleared this cloud layer here, and it seems like things are smoothing out a little bit. We're cruising at 28,000 feet today. Alright, and we're coming up on our transition altitude here of 18,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and set our altimeter to standard. Alright, and same thing on the other side, they automatically synchronize if you set up your Zibo that way. We will go ahead and run through this checklist now. Altimeters are standard, checked, and then we'll go ahead and set up our arrival in the FMC here. So we're going to do a flaps 30 landing, very typical. Approach speed will be 148 plus any gust corrections. It will be the ILS from the 26 left. The ILS frequency there is 111.5. So 11.5 is going to go into the radio. We'll set that, we'll put that in both of our radios just so that we can be ready for auto land if that's what we choose to do. And the course was 258 degrees, 258 degrees.
Passenger Escobar. In regards to a special deal, would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
Looks like it's a little bit more sunny over this part of Arizona. We'll go ahead and tune our radios to the ATIS frequency for Las Vegas, just so that we can be ready to pick it up when we get closer. So the ATIS there is 132.4. Go ahead and put that in. Alright, we'll go ahead and pull up our arrival chart here. So that will be ILS 26 left. Alright. So I'm just verifying the frequencies here. 111.5. 259 is the course on the plate. But in the nav data of the plane, it's 258. So that's probably due to magnetic deviation. But we won't worry about that 1 degree. We'll stick with the plane's numbers here, just so that it doesn't complain. Alright, so we'll be crossing waypoint Preno at 8,000 feet. We'll make sure that's set up correctly. As we can see, there's a restriction here of 210 knots and 8,000 feet at Preno. And then from Preno, we'll basically follow a 3-degree descent path all the way down to Relin at 3,800 feet, which is right here. And then there we'll go ahead and intercept the glide slope. Before Preno, we'll be crossing Susie at 10,000. Okay, and as you can see, there's already a speed restriction of 210 knots at Susie, even though it's at 10,000 feet. Probably due to the fact that we have to pretty much constantly descend from waypoint Susie onwards with no shelves. Okay.
As we go.
I think we're pretty much set for our arrival, and as you can see, we've forgotten to turn on the window heat, and now everything's fogged up and we can't see. It looks like nighttime outside or some kind of scary storm. I mean, the passengers are fine, they can see everything, but the pilots can't see anything, which is kind of a problem. We'll go ahead and flip our window heat on. And that should take care of the windows, but it might take a good couple minutes. And we've also forgotten to put in our landing elevation. So the elevation of Las Vegas is 2,200 feet. So we'll go ahead and put that in here. Alright. And, well, since we can't see anything, we might as well move to the passenger cabin. Underneath our plane right now, we're getting close to the Grand Canyon. I'm just pulling up my iPad here so we can see where we are. Okay, so we're just about like 40 miles southwest of Prescott, Arizona. Just crossed Arizona Highway 89. So off to our right, we can, in the distance, see Prescott, as well as the Prescott Valley down there. And then if we could see further in the distance, that would be Sedona and Flagstaff. But visibility is a little bit limited today. Alright, looks like our windows are slowly starting to clear up. Alright guys, I think we'll take a break here and reconvene at the top of the descent in about 20 something minutes.